Hey, we do. Look at that. Going out to the WINT live line, we've got toy and game expert Reyne Rice. She's going to tell us about some hot toys and tech that are affordable and sure to please everyone on your list. Good morning, Reyne.
Good morning. This is Rob and Ellen. It's good to hear your voices.
Well,
thank you.
Thank you. You've got to be busy this time of year being a toy and game expert, but you've also got to love it to death.
Oh, it's so much fun getting to play with all the new toys and then talk to people like yourselves about it and share with your listeners.
Let me guess. If you're like 5 and 6 years old, it's an old toy, but it's the new trend. Legos have made that's a big demand.
Yes, in fact, Legos are one of the hottest selling categories of product, and they're not just in building sets. They also have a new Toys to Life product, and it's called Lego Dimensions. And with the starter pack, you've got your classic Lego building bricks, you've got minifigures, and then you've got the added magic of video gaming. So it brings the toys to life in the video game. They go through a portal, and then you've got it right on your video game system, and they're right there. It's pretty cool because you've got, for example, Batman fighting side by side with Gandalf and Wildstyle, which are completely different worlds. And GameStop is actually the place to help holiday shoppers find gaming and tech items on their list. And it really has all the games that involve these interactive figures. It's called the Toys to Life category. And it brings physical toys to life in the video game. So they've got Skylanders, Disney Infinity, Nintendo's Amiibo. And what's fun is that you and your kids can actually play together with characters you probably remember from your childhood. So I mean, it's just a lot of fun.
Slinkies are still in style.
Pardon me?
Slinkies are still in style.
Yes.
Slinkies They're fun as long as you don't get them in the hands of a kid that's going to get it all tangled up.
No, that's
as
a big
an adult,
thing.
I still
Slinkies.
can't untangle them.
Yeah, and
my childhood.
Yeah, it's the 20th anniversary of Toy Story 2 this year, so the Slinky dog is out there.
Oh, man, little Woody's 20 years old.
Thanks for making me feel nice and old, Reyne.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. You can stop.
Hey, but they're classic favorites for everyone in the family, but everybody can join in because you're familiar with the characters, which is cool.
Exactly. Well, and even my 15-year-old son, he kind of sheepishly came to me a couple of days ago because we had to go out to pick up the new Star Wars Battlefront game. You know?
Oh, yes.
And we went to GameStop, and he was looking at the Legos Dimension ones, and I've already seen a couple of the commercials or the previews for them. They put them on the DC line of comic books. All of their movies that come out will have, currently have the commercial for the Dimension, and it looks like a heck of a lot of fun. But it was kind of funny. My 15-year-old son, who hasn't asked for anything remotely resembling a toy in 5, maybe 6 years, I could tell that he wouldn't mind bringing some Legos home.
Well, you know what they found is that Lego is when they started making the Lego, like the Jurassic World is out this year, but when they started making the Lego video games, it actually brought kids back into the franchise, and kids are like, why did I give up my Legos in the first place?
Oh, exactly. Well, and Legos are huge. I mean, there are Legoland stores across the country that are these huge,
There's
wonderful
a Legoland
mega balls of
amusement
Legos.
park in
Exactly.
Orlando.
Yep.
So, but it allows, I think Legos do one thing. That you said there's a lot of age, but doesn't it bring creativity out for young kids?
It does. It brings creativity to life and imaginative play, and it gets kids thinking about logic and language and just having a lot of fun building things and making and creating. And in fact, we also have an award-winning new creation craze for kids, and it's called Bunchums by Spin Master. They're these soft plastic spheres, and they squish and connect together, and kids make tons of really cool, creative, colorful things, and they just kind of stick together. And so kids can build cars and monkeys and vehicles, and actually in the kit, there's a big kit that's called the Mega Pack, and there's over 400 different pieces in it. But besides all of these cool little squishy things that stick together, and they literally just stick together, they've got accessories like eyes and wings and hats and feet, so kids can personalize their creations. And they even have smaller packs that are 60 in a pack, and those are great for stocking stuffers to get kids excited about, to see whether or not they like that particular, creativity craze that's going out there right now. So they're great stocking stuffers. They start at $6.99 for the small pack and $24.99 for the 400-piece set.
How about for girls like Barbie? Is that still a hot item?
Barbie is still hot. In fact, there's a lot of different doll lines out there. But I remember when we were talking about Lego before, there's also some other construction kits that are cool. There's a light-up brick construction toy, and it's called Laser Pegs. So it combines lights and building. I mean, two things every kid loves. So you can imagine the bricks are transparent, and when you build them together, there's a light-up feature to them where they blink on and off, and they light up. So you can make helicopters and jets and cars, and they look like they're coming to life because they're lighting up like that.
So everything is very hands-on this year, or seems to be. At least the hottest things are all things that require hands-on use and imagination.
Well, and part of that is because the STEM focus in the schools, all of the schools are focusing on science, technology, engineering, and math, and all of these building components and creativity components help to encourage hand-eye coordination, creativity, language learning, as well as the math, science, and technology skills.
And it's not a tablet.
And it's not a tablet, so you can actually, a lot of people are trying to find products this year that encourage their kids to play offline, because there's, everybody got tablets and devices last year for their kids, and they found that their kids were playing solitary play, and they really want their kids to socialize with other kids. So this year, a lot more people are buying toys, a lot more people are buying things where kids can play together, and that encourages that creativity and social interaction.
Alrighty. Hey, we've got only a couple minutes left, Renee.
Okay.
Can you give our listeners a little bit of follow-up information on where they can go to get more of your tips and trends and more information?
They can go to dailylounge.com, where they can find information on the products I was talking about. Plus, we have one more product that ties to strategy, and it's a fast, simple strategy game. You may have played it when you were a kid. It's called Mastermind.
Oh, yes, with the little colored pegs, and you had to guess what colored pegs your opponent had. I used to
Right. So it starts for kids 8 and up, and there's a code maker who sets a secret code, and then the code breaker is trying to match the code using logic, deduction, and luck. So that ties back to that STEM education. But it's a really fun game to play with mom, grandma, and grandpa. The kids can play together. I mean, really, it's ageless. All different ages can play, and it's strategy. So this quick-moving game has more than 2,000 possible code combinations. So, right, every time you play, it's different.
That's right, and since it has a way to pick for you, you don't have to worry about the sibling popping out the colored pegs and moving them around when you're getting too close.
Yes.
Sorry, I had a brother who cheated at that religiously.
Well, and that one's so affordable, too. It starts at $14, so it's something that, once again, can be a stocking stuffer, can be for anyone in the family, for gift givers that are looking for an option.
And it's in a radio guy's price range.
But if you can still find them, that's the other big thing. Can you find these?
Yes. In fact, all of these are available. And for example, GameStop is the place to go for any gaming system, any game for your whole family. And a lot of these other products you can find at all the major retailers. So you've got GameStop with the Lego Dimensions Starter Pack, Bunchums by Spin Master is that craft craze, Laser Pegs you can also find all across, and those are those light-up bricks, and they're compatible with all other bricks that are out there. And then Mastermind, I'd say that every retailer has the Mastermind game too.
Well, I'm doing some shopping this weekend. I will look for. That's one I was actually we were talking about old games a few days ago at home, and that was one that I'd asked if people remembered. And boom, you bring it up just like that. All righty. Thank you so much, Renee.
Okay, thanks, Rob and Ellen. Merry Christmas and happy holiday to you.
You too.
Thank you so much. Trend specialist for the Toy Industry Association and toy and game reporter for the DailyLounge.com.
I'd like to have her buy your gift.
I would.
Okay.